Hey, what's up everyone? This is MusicTechHelpGuy, and today we're checking out the JZ Microphones Black Hole 2. This is actually just the box I'm holding. You're actually hearing the mic on my voice right now, so all of the dialogue you hear throughout this video is coming from this mic. I have not added any EQ to the mic in any of these examples, but I will add a touch of compression just to control the dynamics. Now, JZ has three different variations of the black hole mic: the BH1S, which is a multipolar version, the BH3, which is a cardioid-only version with a pad switch, and then the BH2, which is what I have. This is cardioid only with no extra bells or whistles, and these go for around $9.99 US. The JZ Black Hole 2 is a large diaphragm condenser mic with a fairly flat frequency response from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, with a slight push around the 3 to 5K range. This is also a transformerless mic, meaning that it's very clean, very detailed. The top end is very transparent, and there's very little coloration of the tone due to the electronics being fairly simple, and these are handcrafted in Latvia. Now, I've been using this mic for the last 3 months or so, and I have to be completely honest, I was really skeptical at first, not only with the unique design, which we'll come back to in a bit, but also the fact that it's a transformerless mic. Transformerless mics are not really my jam. I typically avoid them because I rather like the coloration and saturation you get from solid-state mics with transformers and tube mics. However, as soon as I used this mic, all of my worries were washed away because the mic just sounds fantastic. I've mainly been using this mic on vocals and acoustic guitar. It's also been featured on several of my YouTube tutorials when I'm doing speaking shots like this, where I'm talking to the camera and I just want a full-size condenser in front of me, as opposed to using like an overhead shotgun or a lapel mic. It sounds 10 times better than what I'd get from a lapel mic. In terms of the sound quality, it's got a slightly hyped high end, but not so much that you can't EQ it. If I had to compare it to another mic I've reviewed, I'd say this is on a similar level as the Austrian Audio OC18, but I actually like the Black Hole a bit more because the top end is a bit more detailed. I'd also say that the Black Hole 2 is a bit less hyped in the top end than something like an AKG C414, which are known to be very bright in the top end, almost a bit brittle in the top end. So I think they've really struck a nice balance here with the Black Hole 2. It's clear, it's detailed, but not so overly hyped in the top end that you can't do anything with it in post. I've actually found that this mic takes EQ, compression, saturation, and preamp modeling plugins really well, so it's a really nice clean slate for anyone who likes to process their vocals a lot. I'd particularly recommend this for pop, hip-hop, and electronic music artists, as well as any type of acoustic music, so singer-songwriter stuff, acoustic guitar, and other acoustic instruments as well will sound great on this mic. Okay, so next up, let me show you some musical examples. I've got acoustic guitar and voice for you, and then I'll play both of the examples together. Again, there's no EQ on any of these examples, just a bit of compression to round out the dynamics. Now that you're sober, don't tell me that it's over. Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't ever tell me why. Don't you ever tell me why. 'Cause I don't want to know. Now that you're sober, don't tell me that it's over. Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't ever tell me why. Don't you ever tell me why. 'Cause I don't want to know. I carried your heart when you needed me. That's just how our love was meant to be. I keep on tearing through these tragedies. I took the brunt of your shame and all your misery. I gave you everything and you left me in the cold. Yeah, so it sounds great, but let's address the elephant in the room, the design. It has this very unique shock mount design that mounts to this hole in the middle of the mic. At first I was pretty skeptical about this, but I guess the idea here is that the shock mount isn't this big giant thing that gets in the way like some other condenser mics, which is great if you're trying to mount this in a smaller, tighter space or in a closer position. This also makes removing the mic from the shock mount very easy. But I have two relatively minor complaints, nothing that's a deal breaker, but I do have two complaints. The shock mount works, it does its job, but the main thing I don't like about this design is that the bottom part of the shock mount just kind of swivels like this. I'd much prefer that this part was locked down so that you can freely angle the mic on just one axis, and the mic is locked in place on that axis. I'd love to try a pair of these out on drum overheads, but I'm kind of afraid of the mic just falling out of the shock mount. I'd feel much better about this if they added a little Allen wrench screw here so you can just lock down the mic in the position that you want. The only other bad thing I have to say about this mic is that it doesn't come with much. It comes with the mic, the shock mount, and a box. That's it. No mic bag, no alternative shock mount clip. For $1,000, I'd expect the mic to at least come with a rudimentary plastic case, but alas, you'll have to figure that one out on your own. But those minor complaints aside, this is a really great sounding mic, which I suppose is the most important thing, and I'm sure you'll be seeing it featured in many, many future tutorials. I'll leave a link in the video description below if you want to check out the JZ Black Hole 2 for yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. As always, thank you so much for the support, and thanks for watching.